Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. Got my friend Ben Barrack on the program, radio personality in his own right. He's been on the show many times, someone who likes to talk as much as I do. Ben, welcome to the program. Before you get started on the topic, which is an interesting one, relates to both Egypt and to what happened in Bengazi in Libya, tell us a little bit about your radio program.
Yeah, Kevin, nice to be back with you again. I'm on KTEM, which is up in the Temple Belt and Killeen, Fort Hood area, and been doing this for about 7 years. Been doing it a while, and it's not a deal where I'm just covering current events. I usually pick an issue or two and really kind of dig in deep on something, and try to present an analysis that that people haven't heard before.
Yeah. Good. It's good stuff. And speaking of that, you had something happen in Congress this week where a member of Congress submitted some information that you were involved in writing. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, this was pretty cool to see today. Yesterday at a Foreign Affairs Joint Subcommittee hearing, Dana Rohrabacher, congressman out of California, there were four guys from from various think tanks in Washington D.C. that were being questioned, and Dana Rohrabacher introduced into evidence a report that I contributed to with Walid Shabat about Egypt's role in Bengazi, and he didn't just introduce it into the record. He spent his entire 5 minutes asking for answers about this, and required them to read it and give their analysis to him in writing. So this was a very and we're going to be posting that exchange up on Shubat.com later today. But at the essence of this is that two things. One is that recently a guy named Raymond Ibrahim posted a Libyan intelligence document in Arabic that he translated that identified, it was written on September 15th, one day before Susan Rice went out and lied to the American people 5 times. But in that document...
you're actually counting how many times she lies. That's pretty impressive. I can't believe... that was the 5th time she lied. I think she did it a couple more times after that.
Oh, probably so, yes.
Yeah. Go ahead.
But in any event, the document refers to 6 members of an Egyptian cell of Ansar al-Sharia who were arrested in connection with the Bengazi attack. So this means that Ansar al-Sharia, and it also mentions that they said their funding in part came from Mohamed Morsi, the then president of Egypt, Muslim Brotherhood. That implicates Mohamed Morsi, a head of state at the time, in an act of war against the United States. And so that document is very powerful, but it also corroborated video that Walid found on September 13th, 2 days after the attack. It's real-time video at the scene of the attacks in Bengazi, taken from a cell phone. And in that video, in Arabic, one of the gunmen says, "Don't shoot, we were sent by Morsi." So when you corroborate...
Wait a minute. That's what was said. That was what's said at Bengazi itself.
At the scene, at the time, as it was happening.
And who heard this?
Walid Shabat, the former Muslim Brotherhood activist who speaks Arabic, got the video and translated it, and these gunmen say, don't shoot, Morsi sent us. So this places...
And they said this to who?
Well, they said it amongst themselves, because it's a video from a cell phone that's being shot at the scene of the Bengazi attacks, and there are gunmen running towards the camera, and you can hear gunfire and everything else, and as they get close, they yell presumably to the people holding the camera, saying, don't shoot, we were sent by Morsi. So not only do you have a Libyan intelligence document written 4 days after the attack, but you have real-time video during the attack that corroborates each other. So what this means, Kevin, is that Mohamed Morsi was very likely involved in the attack at Bengazi, and the Egyptian Ansar al-Sharia most assuredly was, and that the Muslim Brotherhood, which is an extension of Ansar al-Sharia, where Mohammed Morsi was a leader, it's all coming together. Because what this says is that Egypt was involved as a head of state. The head of a nation state, was involved in the Bengazi attacks. That's what this evidence points to.
Okay. Talking again to Ben Barrack. He comes on here pretty frequently. Probably not enough, but we always enjoy having him on the program. Talking about really an incredible story here. And so this congressman read this information yesterday.
Yes, it was introduced into the record yesterday during the hearing.
Do you know if there's been any YouTube placement of that video?
No, we actually had it forwarded to us by a reader of our site. And we're in the process now of scoping it out and posting it up to Shubot.com later today.
Yeah, that'll be smoking. That'll be very cool. So, again, there's so many things here. I mean, frankly, just the way it was presented by Rice, this entire administration should have been shake and bake. Apparently there's nothing they can do that will lead to any serious consequences.
That's right. But they just keep mounting, though, and I think at some point we're going to reach a point of critical mass. One last thing on that, and this is a question that I just started to ask myself last night. Nobody has been arrested for Bengazi. Nobody's been brought to justice. The day after that attack, Obama said, "Make no mistake, we will bring the individuals responsible for this to justice." Well, the Libyan intelligence document identifies 6 people from Egypt as having been arrested for what happened to them? Where did they go? Why don't we know more information about those 6 individuals from Ansar al-Sharia, Egypt? We think about why the administration, conventional wisdom says, Kevin, that the reason that they did what they did and blamed the video was because they didn't want their narrative that Al-Qaeda's on the run, they didn't want that to be debunked. Well, maybe they want us to believe that's the reason, because when you look at this, they not only lied about the video, but they covered for Morsi. One of the things that Susan Rice said on the Sunday shows, and Obama echoed later at the UN, was that they gave Morsi credit for cracking down on all of this and restoring calm and order. So they not only lied, but they covered for the guy who was likely involved.
Wow. We'll talk more about this, Ben Barrack, and we need you to hold on to learn more about this. Ben's radio talk show host in his own right. Your website, real quick, before we take our break?
BenBarrack.com, BenBarrack.com.
Coming back with more Ben right here on The Price of Business. Remember, check us out over there at USAToReview.com. While there, like it on Facebook. Follow it on Twitter.